No one noticed the moment his life changed. There was no dramatic argument, no sudden breakthrough, no applause, no turning point anyone could point to later and say, "That's when everything shifted." It happened quietly, on an ordinary day, in the middle of an ordinary life. He was sitting alone, staring at nothing in particular, feeling that familiar heaviness, the kind that doesn't come from exhaustion, but from repetition. Days blending into each other. Effort without progress. Motion without direction. He wasn't failing loudly. He was surviving quietly. And that was the problem. For years, he had done what was expected. He followed advice that sounded reasonable. He waited for the right moment, the right sign, the right permission. He told himself he just needed more time, more confidence, more clarity. But time kept passing, and clarity never arrived. Every morning began with the same question he avoided answering: is this really my life? And every night ended with the same promise: I'll figure it out tomorrow. That day was no different. Nothing pushed him, nothing forced him, no crisis demanded change. But something inside him finally got tired of negotiating, tired of explaining, tired of hoping that circumstances would do the work he was avoiding. And in that quiet moment, he made a decision so small it didn't feel powerful at all. He decided to stop waiting, not to quit everything, not to run away, not to become someone new overnight. Just one simple decision: I will take responsibility for one thing, and I will do it without needing approval. That was it. No motivation speech, no grand plan, just a line drawn inside his own mind. At first, nothing changed on the outside. The world didn't respond. People didn't notice. His situation looked exactly the same. But internally, something shifted. Because for the first time, he wasn't acting out of fear, pressure, or expectation. He wasn't trying to impress, prove, or escape. He was choosing. The next morning, he did something small, but intentional. He worked when no one was watching. He showed up without announcing it. He stopped talking about what he planned to do and simply did it. And that silence was uncomfortable. There was no validation, no reassurance, just him and the decision he had made. Days passed, then weeks. The change wasn't dramatic, but it was consistent. He stopped reacting and started responding. He stopped consuming and started creating. He stopped asking, "What if I fail?" and replaced it with, "What if I don't try?" The noise in his head slowly quieted, not because life got easier, but because his focus got sharper. There were moments of doubt, many of them, times when the old habits tried to return, whispering that this effort didn't matter, that it was too late, that no one cared anyway. But now, instead of arguing with those thoughts, he let them pass. He didn't need to win every internal battle anymore. He just needed to stay consistent with his decision. And something unexpected happened. The more he honored that quiet commitment, the more confident he became. Not loud confidence, not performative confidence, but grounded confidence. The kind that doesn't need to be seen to be real. The kind that changes how you walk into a room, how you speak, how you listen. Opportunities didn't appear suddenly, but he started noticing them. Conversations felt different. Choices felt clearer. He stopped settling for things that drained him. He started protecting his energy. He learned that discipline wasn't punishment, it was self-respect. Months later, someone asked him, "What changed?" He almost laughed, because from the outside, the transformation looked obvious. New direction, new results, new presence. But the truth was simple, and almost disappointing. Nothing magical happened. No secret strategy, no external rescue. Just one quiet decision, repeated daily, without applause. He realized then that most people never change their lives because they're waiting for a moment that feels powerful, a moment that feels safe, a moment that feels guaranteed. But real change rarely announces itself. It arrives softly, disguised as responsibility. It asks for consistency, not confidence. Action, not certainty. That decision didn't remove fear from his life. It taught him how to move with fear instead of freezing because of it. It didn't make everything easy. It made everything honest. And honesty, he learned, is far more powerful than motivation. Today, his life looks different. Not perfect, not finished, but aligned. He no longer measures success by speed or comparison. He measures it by integrity, by whether his actions match the person he knows he can be. And every time doubt returns, he remembers that moment. The moment no one saw. The moment that changed everything. Because the most powerful turning points are rarely loud. They don't demand attention. They don't go viral. They happen when someone decides, quietly and firmly, "I will no longer abandon myself." And from that moment on, nothing is ever truly the same.